Alright, so for those who have never heard of the game, this is a Police as a strategy game created by Weeby Studios with very positive reviews on Steam, released in 2016. And the game follows the story of the old foul-mouthed police chief of Freeburg, Jack Boyd. And in the game, you dispatch police officers to take on crimes, take down suspicious individuals. You even become a you use detectives to take on crime scenes, and you even try to take down the notorious serial killer, the dentist, in this game. And the game is very interesting as the story kind of goes along with you're trying to get money before you retire so that you can basically, live out retirement in a very free way without having to deal with the problems of financial problems. And in the story, you deal with a bunch of different people like the mafia, news reporters, people that want your help, and you can choose either whether to help them by sending your own officers and dealing with whether that police officer decides to leave the police station to work for that person instead. In this game, you could also kill your own police officers intentionally. You can do a lot of stuff with the mafia. You just basically, your end goal is to get a lot of money in the game. And the game, in my opinion, it's fun. I've played the game fully at least 3 times. The game, it really is, it's fun depending on whether you like these kinds of games, like these kinds of strategy games where you just sit there and then you try dealing with, like, there's a bit of politics in it, but it's not a lot. And then this game deals with things like racism, ageism, and you decide whether or not you want to go along with it so that you can get more money from the mayor and for your job, or you can decide whether you just want to do your own thing and then basically just work with the mafia to get your money. And in a way, it's a story of whether you want to be a good person, be a bad person, or you just want to do whatever it takes to get your money. Now, if we compare the game to Dispatch itself, Dispatch, obviously, it's better. The graphics in Dispatch are a lot better. The story is a lot better. The concept of heroes you use are a lot better. In this game, the police officers, they're all just regular human beings like us. And they all have, like, their own little ratings, as you can see, where the number means that they have a better chance of filling out whatever job you put them out to solve. And in Dispatch, obviously, the story, it's, it came out in separate episodes with the big plot twist and everything. In this is the Police, the game has maybe like 2 or 3 plot twists, and I mean, it's not bad, but it's interesting if you get really into the game. And I mean, you guys can always try it out yourself. It's a fun game in my opinion. But the game, it's, if you don't mind, like, the implications of things, like sometimes there's talks about rape and stuff, and there's nudity involved. If you don't mind that, you can always try the game out for yourself. And the game, it's a very interesting game. You dispatch police officers. You try to get your police officers to the higher levels, higher ratings, so that they're better. And you try your best to hope that they don't make mistakes, and that they don't want to work somewhere else, that they don't choose to quit. And you basically have to deal with trying not to get fired, because if you start to do a bad job, your own police officers will try to find a way to get you fired. or to even maybe try and kill you yourself, which is crazy. There is a lot of aspects of this game, like I said before, working with the mafia. You can even kill your own police officers, kill your own detectives if you want, and it's just an interesting game. But if you want to try it out, go ahead. And now to talk about why most of you probably clicked on this video. This idea popped into my head because I kind of I really like the game, and I like This Is a Police. I was playing the game a while ago, and I was thinking, as I played Arkham, I feel like there could be a game of This Is a Police where it's Arkham styled. Like, my idea is that you have GCPD as the police department, and then you obviously dispatch police officers from Arkham, like Officer North, who I made a whole video on before, and Aaron, even maybe Aaron Cash, and just all the other police officers that are in the GCPD. Maybe have a John Jones, like how there was an Easter egg for John Jones in Arkham Knight, where he was on the bulletin board with Renee Montoya. And what I was thinking is to basically kind of have the game run as This Is the Police, except you kind of have your police officers, go out, solve crimes, help out where they can. And sure, maybe some of you are just thinking, oh, but what's the point of having a game like this if Batman and other superheroes solve all the crimes and everything? And to you, I say,
shut the fuck up!
And I'm sorry, I don't mean that in a very mean way, but I mean, hear me out. That I feel that, obviously, Batman and the Bat Family, they can't take care of every single crime that's going on around Gotham. So, obviously, you could have police officers just going out to do patrol or stuff like that. And then you could have police officers dispatched to obviously, help out Batman and them. Or to, go and do the arrests. And obviously, you can have detectives try and solve crimes that Batman and the others don't have time to solve themselves. And, there are aspects of this game where maybe it's you can have police officers sent to go and train with Batman and the others to get higher ratings. Maybe you can deliberately kill off your own police officers if you want to. There's a lot of there's endless possibilities for how this game could work, but basically what I was thinking, that it's similar to This Is the Police with how the police officers work, but then the story, it's the story aspect of Dispatch itself, where the story is very good, and there's twists and turns and everything. So what about the story? What I was thinking is that maybe there's a police chief, maybe it's Jim Gordon, except maybe we don't probably want to be Jim Gordon, because you probably want to have maybe somebody who's a bit more corrupt to deal with the police officers, so that you can deliberately kill them if you want, like Jack Boyd in This Is the Police. So maybe it could be the police officer from Arkham Origins. So it could be another prequel to the Arkham series. Except, I don't know, that guy kind of sucks, but whatever. And anyways, the story could kind of go obviously, they're working with Batman, or maybe not, depending on where you put this game in the storyline of the Arkhamverse. And you can have it so that you're dispatching police officers to go and solve crimes and solve all the problems in Gotham City. And then you're also trying to solve out who the big bad is. Maybe it's Joker, maybe it's another Arkham origin story where it's who's the big bad. It's maybe another villain in the disguise of another villain, like how Joker was playing as Black Mask at first in Origins. And I feel that the game could be good depending on how you choose to play, obviously. Either be a good guy or a bad guy, playing as whoever the police chief would be, whether it be Jim Gordon or whoever. And now that I think about it, you could also kind of see this game as like kind of working around how the Gotham TV show works, except, you know, it's a game instead. And I feel like this concept, it's interesting. It could definitely work as a game. It just would need to have the time put in, like dispatch was and everything. But I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. And if you made it this far, thank you. And I hope you guys enjoy.